Hey guys, I'm going to draw my life. I was born February 20th, 1995. My birth mom decided to give me up for adoption, and which I think is great because without her, I wouldn't be with the parents that I know and love today. They never knew who my birth father was, and which is okay with me. I was born in Sacramento, and before I was even a day old, I went to LA to live with my parents. I loved Pokemon once I got older. I loved Zaboomafoo, Little Bear, and the lovable turtle Franklin. I went to a Catholic school, K through 12, and I was the very first kindergarten class to go there. I even got a certificate just because I didn't miss a day of school. Isn't that cool? But once I hit first grade, I found out that I wasn't very good at tests, and no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't get an A or a B. And then we moved from LA when I was 6. I loved Harry Potter at this time, and I even went to this school called a Waldorf school, and the teachers were not very nice to me, and I didn't like them very much either. They made me read Dick and Jane books just because I couldn't read very well and they didn't know what was wrong with me. I acted out all the time with my tutor that I had. I didn't stay in for really any classes. I barely even went to school. I found out in 4th grade that I have eye tracking and I am dyslexic. I loved Zac Efron at this time because who didn't? And then in middle school I was put in special ed just because I couldn't read very well, because of Waldorf not checking this out earlier. I loved playing Pokemon with my best friend. We played the superpower game where we turned into animals and stuff, and then we even played with our stuffed animals. It was so much fun. And then I still horseback rode for about 5 years, and I even got braces. And then in 8th grade, I was almost out of special ed. I was pretty close. And I did all this stuff, yay! And I got my very first elective because special ed students weren't allowed to at my school. And so I chose yearbook, and I did a year-round swim team. I broke my arm just because I flat-tired someone, yay! And what happened was they were running too slow and I tripped them and myself. And then high school, woo! So, I gotta tell you this, I had the 2 best amazing teachers ever, and without them, I would have never passed high school. I can promise you that. I found out my love of art and drawing. I got my very first boyfriend, and we liked each other for a very long time. We had snow days, which never happens, and I even went back up on the swim team for high school. 10th grade went downhill quick. My boyfriend broke my heart by breaking up with me, and I went into this very depressed state where I just sat on the computer all day long. You know, going on YouTube, talking to my friend from Wales. And then I hurt my knee in swimming. I got MRIs done, everything, and they could not figure out what was wrong. On Valentine's Day, I went over to my friend's house who was on the swim team with me, and we just talked for 3 hours at his house with nothing else to do. I got a math tutor because I wasn't doing good at math. And then in 11th grade, I think everything started going back uphill. I got my boyfriend that I still have today and I know and love. I had the worst English teacher ever. What happened was, it was the junior project and my friend got a very bad grade on it, and we decided to confront her about it because he did everything correct. And she said that we harassed her. And so I lightly tossed some papers onto her desk and she said that I threw them. And then we went on a plane, me and my boyfriend and my mom and my dad, and we went to Florida, to visit family, but we found out that, you know, my uncle has a traumatic brain injury, and he just basically told us to get out. And then my boyfriend lived with us with his cat Luna, and he still does. We both graduated from high school in 2013 of May. Woo! Class of 2013. I graduated with a 3.5 GPA. Woo! So this year went a lot better than other years when it came to grades. And then I went to college. I was placed in the lowest math class with all these really, like, old adults. And then it was the same thing with my English class. I was placed in the second lowest, and I was placed with a whole bunch of adults. But I still knew some people in there that had a lot of the same type of issues as me. A lot of the same type of problems. And algebra was still a big trouble. So I started working with the same math tutor from sophomore year. And without him, I would have never passed that class. And my spelling and reading still needs to continue going up, but it'll happen. And art's still a big part of my life today. These are all the channels that I watch now. And thank you so much for watching. I know that this was kind of a longer one, but yeah, it's easier to tell someone that you don't know. And I've been wanting to make one of these for a long time, so thank you, bye.